Right now on News 3, a pivotal day of testimony on Capitol Hill. We'll tell you where the confirmation process stands now for Judge Brett Kavanaugh.
Plus, a local nurse at the center of a patient abuse scandal makes his first court appearance. We'll have exclusive video from inside that courtroom.
Seeing our kids just being able to succeed is great.
Success can be measured in so many ways, especially when you're doing something good to help others succeed.
This is News 3 at 10.
Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. The Senate Judiciary Committee is set to vote tomorrow on their nomination of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh.
It comes after 8 hours of hearings today where the committee heard from both Kavanaugh and his accuser, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford. Today, Kavanaugh forcefully denying he sexually assaulted Dr. Ford when they were both in high school. But under oath, Ford offered a very different account.
Tried to yell for help. When I did, Brett put his hand over my mouth to stop me from yelling. I thought that Brett was accidentally going to kill me.
I'm not questioning that Dr. Ford may have been sexually assaulted by some person in some place at some time. But I have never done this to her or to anyone.
Republican lawmakers deferred to prosecutor Rachel Mitchell to poke holes in Ford's claims, while Democrats called for an FBI investigation. If every Democrat votes against Kavanaugh, the GOP can only afford to lose one vote. The president tweeting his full support for Kavanaugh, saying in part, quote, Judge Kavanaugh showed America exactly why I nominated him. Judge Kavanaugh could be confirmed as early as next week.
Calls to the local rape crisis line went up today, and the people who work there say that's largely due to the Kavanaugh hearing. Amy Reed spoke with the executive director, who said they aren't the only ones who should expect more people coming forward now.
Yeah, no matter what you believe out of this hearing today, the Rape Crisis Center said more victims of sexual assault will come forward, not to police, but to their closest family and friends.
The truth, so help you God.
For as many hours as the Kavanaugh hearing went, it sparked even more hours of conversation.
Somebody is kind of reliving the experience of sexual violence or the experience of not being believed.
Erin Thornley-Parisi is the executive director for the Rape Crisis Center. She said she saw more calls than normal today from women looking to talk about their sexual assault, some mentioning the hearing and others just wanting to be heard. Thornley-Parisi said even more than the Rape Crisis Center, victims will be turning to their friends and family.
Just say, I'm sorry someone did this to you, and I believe you, and I'm here for you. What do you need from me? What do you need from me? And it may take them a while to start thinking about that, but merely having somebody say, I believe you, and I'm here to help, it goes a long way. That's really big.
Especially because she said this doesn't mean victims will be any more likely to bring their case to police, something the Attorney General echoed.
I worry that the way this has been turned into such a political football, that we might set that back, that we might now have survivors of sexual abuse that look at this and say, wow, I don't want to become part of that.
Thornley-Parisi said she thinks he's right.
If you watched that and saw what Dr. Ford was put through, that's why you don't want to tell.
But even if people don't want to report, she said she wants them to get help and call the center.
I want to be clear, though, that if somebody chooses not to tell anybody, that's brave, too. If you whatever you choose to do to survive that sexual assault, whatever you do to take care of yourself, that's brave.
Thornley-Parisi said whether you're a victim or a supporter, you are welcome to call. That number is 608-251-7273.
Amy Reed reporting tonight. Amy, thank you.
Democratic candidate for Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers voicing his support for Dr. Ford. Today, he tweeted that her testimony shows remarkable courage and bravery. His opponent, Republican Governor Scott Walker, more reserved, issuing a statement through a spokesman saying he believes this is a, quote, serious issue and should be treated as such by the United States Senate. Many are speaking out about the Kavanaugh hearings, both for and against the case made by Dr. Ford. A group of protesters gathering outside U.S. Senator Ron Johnson's office this afternoon, speaking out against sexual assault, sharing their own stories. Afterwards, they signed a letter and handed it to one of his staff, urging the senator to stand against Kavanaugh. Though this is a powerful topic with events happening nationwide in response, organizers say they wanted to see more men show up and speak out.
Next at 10, a former nurse accused of intentionally hurting newborn Newborns faces 19 child abuse charges. Christopher Capham is accused of abusing patients in the NICU at Meritor Hospital in Madison. The alleged abuse spans nearly a year. The injuries include bruising, a broken bone, and a skull fracture. Capham appeared in Dane County Court today for the first time. He was ordered to stay away from the 9 alleged victims, their families, and Meritor Hospital. He is out on signature bond and was booked at the Public Safety Building. Our Keely Arthur caught up with him as he left.
Do you have any comments? Are there more children involved? What about the families of the victims?
Capham remained silent, as did his defense attorney. Meritor shared this with us today. We recently learned that the legal process is moving forward regarding our newborn intensive care unit. We have supported the legal process throughout this investigation. There is no doubt that as an organization, we all remain devastated by what happened.
We turn now to weather. There is a little chill in the air tonight. Some scattered showers possible as well. Let's check in with our meteorologist, Dana Fulton. She joins us in the Weather Center. Your first alert forecast, Dana.
A few isolated showers for us over the last 3 hours. Doppler track stayed pretty mild, not picking up any lightning or any thunderstorms moving through. It's just light rainfall. And even the green there that you're seeing on your screen, I was just outside. You can just barely tell that it's misting for us. But yes, over the last 3 hours, we've have had a little bit of rain sliding on overhead. And we are expecting some isolated light showers throughout the rest of the evening. Our visible cloud track, of course, getting a little dark once the sun set, but we had a thick cloud deck moving in this afternoon. Started off with some sunshine. Of course, once sunset came through, temperatures starting to drop. We're at 58 now in Madison. Afternoon highs were in the mid-60s. It was a very seasonal day for us, right where we should be for the end of September. Tomorrow, though, it'll be much cooler outside. We do have the chance for a few more isolated showers as we head into tomorrow afternoon. They'll stay pretty brief and short and chilly as far as your forecast goes. Heading into this weekend, we're expecting quite a cool start to Saturday, but we'll take a closer look at that forecast in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi says 2019 county budget will include the single largest increase in frontline mental health resources in the county's history, a $320,000 expansion of the Emergency Mobile Mental Crisis Program, which was created 2 years ago.
This expansion will allow for 24/7 health crisis response.
Parisi says next year's budget will also include additional funding to help combat the opioid epidemic. Through August of this year, there were more than 200 heroin overdoses in the city of Madison, compared to a total of 142 for all of 2017. In recognition of National Suicide Prevention Month, a solemn display on the steps of the state capitol today. For the second year, the Center for Suicide Awareness says the Empty Shoes Memorial is a way to visualize the impact of suicide across the state. More than 1,000 pairs of empty shoes and military combat boots are on display.
The yet-to-be-named Madison Pro Soccer team named its head coach today. Daryl Shore has served as an assistant coach for the Chicago Fire and Real Salt Lake. He says he'll be bringing his expertise to establish Madison's first ever pro soccer team.
We're looking forward to becoming a part of the community and bringing a fun, attacking, disciplined style of soccer to downtown Madison, to where we can all enjoy soccer on the weekends.
According to Shore, his next step will be to build the team and, of course, find players. There's a new music venue in Madison. The Sylvie opened tonight to a sellout crowd. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats were the venue's first act ever, and those attending said they were wondering what the Sylvie will mean for Madison's music scene.
I'm hoping it's kind of an indoor Bree Stevens, honestly, because like they get the bigger acts, but I want to see what this is like because we don't have a big indoor venue like this. So it's like, what did they do with it?
The new $15 million facility has been in the works now for 5 years. Still to come tonight, the joy of America's pastime. It means so much to these kids.
It's fun. It provides me an opportunity to play baseball.
Doing something good, giving everyone the chance to play ball. Stay with us.
to see the excitement. A lot of these kids wait all year long for this time.
There have been a lot of movies made about our national pastime, of course. Movies like Field of Dreams, The Natural, A League of Their Own.
There's no crying in baseball,
No,
Eric.
there's not.
They all showcase the true love of the sport and the passion of the players. Well, Madison has a program designed to do something good for players who otherwise probably wouldn't have the chance to be part of the game. But now they're part of a team and having the time of their lives. It's a sunny Saturday, September morning. Bats are lined up, cleats are getting laced, players are warming up. This is America's greatest pastime.
Let's play some Challenger baseball!
But this league is different.
I constantly say, he can't do this, he can't do that. I don't say he can't do anything anymore.
There you go!
We don't keep score. Everybody bats and everybody scores at some point in the game.
This is a league for special kids. Everyone runs bases, and there's no such thing as a DL. This is where the impossible is thrown out, and everyone is an MVP.
No such thing as two anything. They can do this. I mean, we have so many different kids with different challenges out here, and they all can do it. And we make sure they can do it.
While they might not be using a Louisville Slugger or even a real baseball for that matter, no one here cares.
We're here to have fun and for no other reason.
These All-Stars don't do it alone. Each is paired with a buddy to help them when they need it. Have you had to give him any pointers?
Not really. He knows the game super well. Every now and then he says, stay in the dugout. I know what to do.
And with moves like this, there's no doubt Ben here, who's a Cubs fan, is ready for the big leagues.
An infield double, infield triple, an infield home run. Nice running.
Do you practice a lot, or is this just natural ability?
Natural ability.
While each player has stepped up to the plate to face the challenges of the Challenger League head on, for everyone else, it's life-changing.
I think it's really important for me as a person to know that I'm doing something good.
Some people judge them by their cover, and they shouldn't, because, they're super nice people once you get to know them on the inside.
I feel like I'm going to do this for a long time.
Well, I hope you do. It's a true field of dreams.
I think that many of the players and the families would not have thought that they may have been able to watch their players play baseball in their lifetime.
A place where diamonds in the rough shine like they're meant to.
It actually kind of brings tears to my eyes for him to be able to come out here and play and be part of a team. It's just awesome.
To all of those behind the Challenger League, thank you so much for doing something good for our local All-Stars since 2010. We look forward to many more seasons. If you would like to help the league, they are always looking for volunteers, more baseball players ages 8 to 16, but they'll extend that age too. And of course, donations are always welcome. You can find more information at the West Madison Little League website you see there on your screen. Now, if you know of a person or an organization doing something good, please let me know. Nominate them at channel3000.com/do-something-good.
Great story. And baseball for the month of October as we flip the calendar in the next week or so. It's going to be a little chilly.
A little chilly outside. If you're running the bases, then you should be in a good place. But if you're sitting in the stands, you may need a jacket for sure. Yes, definitely going to be chilly. And even right now, we're cool, but we are talking about the chance for a few isolated showers for us overnight. Right now, or looking over the last 3 hours, we have had some rain move on overhead. Currently, we do have a few little isolated rain spots, but it's light showers, no thunderstorm chances for us really overnight, and no severe potential either, just some light rain. It's a little breezy outside to get today. Those wind gusts close to 26 miles per hour in Madison, 25 in Janesville. Our sustained wind speeds have been in that 10 to 15 mile per hour range. We'll stay closer to about 5 to 10 overnight. We may see some stronger wind gusts as this cold front continues to slide over Wisconsin right now. Just at the edge of the state, behind it, cooler, drier air moving in, and I really do mean quite a bit cooler. But in front of it, we are dealing with a little bit of moisture overnight and into our Friday morning for us. So we'll stay cloudy tonight. Some showers may be possible as you're heading into work tomorrow. You may need the windshield wiper blades. for your drive in. We slowly clear up throughout the day. Tomorrow morning, we are staying pretty cloudy, and we'll get a little bit of sunshine later on in the evening, and with a little bit of cloud coverage in the sky later on. Just a few isolated clouds. That usually gives us a really nice sunset. May see a few isolated showers in the afternoon, but things dry up for us overnight. We stay crystal clear Friday night. That's going to help our temperatures drop quite a bit into the 30s for us. Looking ahead to Saturday morning, we'll start in the mid-30s. By Saturday afternoon, we stay fairly clear. A few clouds for us in the morning, and then later on in the day, those clouds increasing, shower chances increasing as well as we head into Saturday night and for Sunday. Because of those temperatures early Saturday morning, we do have an alert day. We're dropping into the 30s for the first time in several months, so some patchy frost likely for us. And we may even see some light freeze areas, especially up into central and northern Wisconsin, where temperatures may drop into the upper 20s. When we stay warm, when our ground's been warm for this long, it really does take quite a drop for us to get frost likely. Once we get later on in the year, of course, and it stays frozen and our ground's frozen, we could see temperatures in the mid to upper 30s and still have frost. But that drop definitely means frost is likely. And we're kind of sitting where we should be to see our first frost, our average first frost early October, and somehow we're already at the end of September. So it's not too early for us and doesn't break the record for our earliest first frost in September 12th. 1955, just a little bit ago, not too long ago for us. Overnight, we'll just have a few clouds with some shower chances sprinkled on in. Right now, downtown's pretty mellow. Afternoon highs today are in the mid-60s. We're currently sitting close to 58, so not too bad of a spot for us. We're going to stay below average for the next several days as that cooler air really settles in behind that cold front. Scattered showers, a little cloudy for us overnight with that slight chance for some showers tomorrow. Staying pretty breezy, though, with some wind gusts potentially picking on up. Again, we have that alert day for Saturday because of our temperatures early Saturday morning. No severe weather. It's just going to be gosh darn chilly outside if you have any early Saturday morning plans. We warm up a little bit to start off next week with some shower chances, and then cool back down as we head into next weekend.
The last games for the Challenger League tomorrow.
Oh boy, okay. Later on in the afternoon?
Morning.
In the morning. I think we should be okay in the morning because we'll just have those light shower chances.
Okay.
If we can handle just a little bit of rain, I think we'll be okay.
They're tough.
Yeah.
They'll handle it, no problem.
They'll be okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dana. Good sign in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers practices on a Thursday. Hasn't done that in a while. We'll have the story coming up in sports.
Not only did the Brewers clinch a playoff spot last night, so did the Cubs. Now the big prize is still out there for both of them, the National League Central Division title. The Cubs led the Brewers by a half game going into their game at Wrigley Field against Pittsburgh tonight, and David Bodie has a big hit for the Cubs, a 2-run triple. Final score, Cubs 3, Pirates nothing, so it's a 1-game lead for Chicago over Milwaukee. Now the Brewers are back in Milwaukee to close out the regular season against the Detroit Tigers starting tomorrow night. The Brewers are in the postseason for only the 5th time in their history, and they want to get to the finish line strong.
We got a good big weekend ahead of us, a huge weekend ahead of us. It's going to be a thrill this weekend. A lot to play for, a lot to watch, and hopefully we can make it a special October.
The Packers play the Buffalo Bills at Lambeau Field Sunday at noon here on Channel 3. A couple of big things happened at practice today in Green Bay. Cornerback Kevin King practiced for the first time in a week and a half, but what had the other players applauding on Nitschke Field, Aaron Rodgers practiced too. The last few weeks, Rodgers had practiced only on Saturday, the day before the game, but practicing for the first time on Thursday in a while can only be a good sign, suggesting that left knee is feeling better. But as Rodgers pushes toward a more normal regimen, there are potential consequences.
Pain is a consequence. But yeah, when the adrenaline's going, whether it's a calf or a knee or a shoulder, you can forget about it in the moment, but sometimes you just forget about it too much, and then it comes up and grabs you when you're running and thinking you're fine. But that's part of dealing with an injury, and hopefully at some point this season that goes away.
The NFL tries to clarify what roughing the passer looks like today. The league sent out a video to explain what is and isn't roughing the passer. Clay Matthews had a chance to watch that video.
You know, I get it. As I continue to say, they're trying to protect the quarterbacks. They're trying to protect business, really. You know, they're trying to, because good football is when good players are available, especially, you know, star players. But, you know, it's putting everybody else at risk and taking away from the game. And I think that's what fans are disappointed in.
Thursday night football, the Vikings at the LA Rams. It just ended. The Rams beat the Vikings 38-31. The Badger football team gets this weekend off. The players will get a chance to go home and see their families because it's the bye week. The next game is October 6th against Nebraska at Camp Randall. Yesterday, the UW announced it would celebrate the 25th anniversary of the 1994 Rose Bowl championship, October 6th. Over 70 players and coaches from that team will be back for the reunion weekend. Paul Chryst knows the importance of that win.
I think that team was probably very similar to the first basketball team that went to the Final Four. You know, people didn't think in their lifetime maybe that they would go to a Rose Bowl. Certainly changed this program.
And the Prep Mania High School football game of the week tomorrow night is Janesville Craig at Middleton. We're live with the game on TBW and live streaming on channel3000.com tomorrow night at 7, and we'll be right back.
Dana's back. Final check of the forecast as those temps continue to go down a bit.
They will. They certainly will. So tonight we do have the chance for a few more isolated showers that'll linger into tomorrow morning. We'll get a little sun later on in the day on Friday. Friday highs much cooler in the upper 50s. Heading into Saturday morning, quite a bit cooler. Overnight lows will fall into the 30s for us. So we do have the chance for some frost on Saturday morning. That's why we have an alert day for Saturday. Temperatures will be in the upper 50s again on Saturday. Warming up a little bit into the start of next week with our next opportunity for rain moving in.
All right, Dana, thank you. And thank you for joining us for News 3 at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you here tomorrow.